Yeah, Dave. Everton 4 wins out of 5. Moyes back. New stadium. Do you think that's actually a lot of positive things to talk about as an Everton fan at the moment?
Probably for the first time in about 8 years that I've had something positive to talk about with Everton. 13 points out of the last 18. Do you know what I mean? The improvement is just it's there for all to see. You know, we've gone from being near enough 80% chance of us being relegated to currently joint 12th and staring up rather than looking down at everyone. You know, using in a more relegation battle than we are at the moment, given form. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you're going to be. I mean, I'm just being silly there, but form wise, this is something that we haven't seen the form of this magnitude in Everton for a long, long time. So yeah, positivity is there. The fact that you're saying you aren't confident just fills me with dread because I say this all the time when I've been on your show, Rich. Everton's biggest problem is Everton, and if we can get out of our own head the way we have done the last 5-6 games, especially the derby last Wednesday. Crystal Palace last Saturday was an absolutely superb win, probably better than Wednesday's results. I'm not just saying that because of it was a draw against Liverpool. That result just showed how the strides that we're making and the resilience that was showing in the last few games. We were absolutely dead on our feet against Liverpool there on that Wednesday, and we were out on our feet again on Saturday. But we've dug in and we've ground out the result, and we've got the win and we've kept it. We took a lead and we've kept it. I think Wednesday with the capitulators, especially with Salah scoring. Salah gets that second one, makes it 2-1. Probably would have gone on and lost 3 or 4-1. Saturday, after the equaliser, it took like 5 minutes to say whether it was a goal or not. We were all saying it was a goal, and that VAR is another situation. But I think even then, if we'd have got that if the equaliser was there, we wouldn't have been pushing out to look at trying to get a win. We'd have been, damage limitation, trying to keep it 1-1. Whereas Moyes there, he's brought back that feel good and that fight and that willingness to go on and just get a result. Evertonians will always be happy if we go out and get a result, or if we lose, but we've shown, okay, we put up a good fight there. We've gone out on our sword, and you'd be happy with that. And that's what we need to still bring in and instill for the rest of the season. And I think there's no reason why we can't finish higher than maybe 9th, 10th. We just got to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, the league's so compact as well. There's a couple of questions before we move back onto some Manchester United stuff. Top player says, as an unbiased Evertonian, do you think Liverpool are getting away with bookings and red cards?
Yeah, of course they are. I mean, look at that. Look at the one the other day with that Jota diving. What the fuck? It's little things like that. I mean, I think last Wednesday we got the rub of the green a little bit with the free kick with Iliman and Dye getting injured. Kick the floor, get injured. We got a free kick. Okay, shit happens. Number of times that something like that has happened with Liverpool. You know what I mean? I could count it on one hand. The number of times it's happened to Everton. I could just keep going with Liverpool. So yeah, there's certain times when you go, well, I was Van Dijk still on the pitch. How are you not looking at simulation here? How are you not looking at all these silly tackles and stuff like that you're thinking,
yeah. I've kind of lost track of the amount of times that Van Dijk is deliberately led with like his arm or his elbow into somebody.
Even, against Spurs when he went straight into Richarlison, but then Conor Bradley goes in through I forget who it was. Was it James O'Brien? Jake O'Brien, sorry, goes through O'Brien, and rather than getting the second yellow, is given the opportunity to sub him off. You know what I mean? Is that a new rule that's been put into place for the top half of the table, that if you foul someone, you're going to get a little bit of leeway, go get him off the pitch before he does something stupid? It's not a friendly. Do you know what I mean?
That's over. Like, there's even watching Arsenal as well. There's definitely a lot of people just. It doesn't like these matches aren't really involving Manchester United, but it's still just annoying, isn't it? There's inconsistencies.
Yeah,
with some of these. sort of things. But yeah, Dan's saying that Liverpool do lots of like, and when Arsenal do it, people almost like try and pretend it's clever and go, oh yeah, it's just like it's like tactical doing these sort of fouls. For me, it's just a bit annoying as well.
It's cynical tackles. I mean, it's the kind of stuff that you put in the middle of the pitch when there's a counter attack on. You know, it's those tackles. I mean, Gareth Barry made a career of it. Do you know what I mean? Just pick up a yellow card. Paul Scholes did it as well. You know, if a counter attack's on, just take his ankles. But then there's a yellow card coming. Whereas if it goes the other, you're seeing it with Liverpool, with Arsenal. There's nothing. There's no punishment. It's just a foul, crack on with the game. Not like, well, where's the further punishment for the cynical tackle?
You know, we've like benefited from decisions going our way in some matches, but there has been some matches where you think every single tackle we do.
Some. You're Manchester fucking United, by the way. They've made a career out of it. Shut off. Don't give me that. Just because you're shit like us now, don't start saying, "Oh well, we've done it a little bit." No,
this season. This season we benefited like against like the Leicester game was a clear offside. I think this season there's been a couple of games, maybe in like European fixtures, where every single tackle has been like a yellow card for some of our players, and you look at it and think, the way the refs handing out cards, and then you look at opposition players taking our players down and think these aren't yellows. I'm just saying, like, there's just no consistency. No, like in most matches, there's no consistency at all. Dave's Everton lineup. Do you want to talk us through it, Dave? And
yeah, I mean, our team, similar to yours, at the moment, it's picking itself because of the lack of personnel that we've got. You know, obviously, Decore, we know, is suspended. Seamus Coleman's still out. Nathan Patterson's still unavailable, which brings in Jake O'Brien. Obviously, we've only got Beto as our one main striker at the moment, with Calvert-Lewin being injured, Armando Broja being injured, Chimiti being injured as well. You know, if Beto gets injured, we're knackered. You know, we're still missing the likes of Dwight McNeil. But we've been a bit fortunate with a couple of players coming back in, and the players who've come in have made the difference. James Garner, for one, who, you know, use no Garner from past experience. But then bringing in Charlie Alcaraz. I know it was only his debut on his full debut on Saturday, but he came on in the first half for did he come on for? He come on late in the derby, but give us 10 minutes and was more than enough, you know. And then on Saturday was excellent, and that's the kind of player that we need. You know, we need that kind of player who's going to be pushing the ball forward. Latched onto a terrible throw in from Palace, and then feeds it into Beto, and Beto scored. Now I think his last 4 goals have all been like first touch, and then on Saturday he scored. He had to take a touch, but then scored. And I think that's what Evertonians have been waiting for. You know, his second touch usually has been a celebration with the goals that he scored. So to see him be able to take a touch and still get it away was, you know, that's everything that we've been needing to see that, because half the time the ball's coming into Beto, we, you know, like couldn't control it, you know, or you know, we'd bounce off his shins, and it, you know, we'd be out, we'd just be, you know, Everton really in attack. But the back four as well, I've got to point that out, because obviously I mentioned Pickford and Tarkowski and Branthwaite earlier on. Bringing in Jake O'Brien at right back, who's been, you know, he's been left out all season by Sean Dyche. Picked him up for, I think it was 15 million from Lyon, and he's come in, and it's almost like for Evertonians will understand this. It's almost like he's playing in that Julian Lescott role, where we played Lescott at left back for a long period of time, while Leighton Baines was getting fit, before we eventually moved him into centre half. But Lescott was playing left back for a long period and was scoring goals as well. Jake O'Brien has come in, and you know, we've missed Coleman, we've missed Patterson, we've had to play Ashley Young at right back in some cases. O'Brien's come in and just filled that gap perfectly, and it's allowing Tarkowski and Branthwaite to not have to worry about picking up the mistakes from the fullbacks, and it's allowed Mykhalenko to be a much better player, because Mykhalenko's been awful all season. Since Moises took him under his wing, he's been much better, been much improved, and it's great that we've actually got a left back who's there, who can overlap. Okay, he's not getting the best of crosses in, but he just doesn't stop running, and that, you know, that back four now is solid. And that has been the linchpin of Everton's 13 points out of 18 in the last 6 games. And then you've got the perpetual motion machine, Idrissa Gana Gueye, 35 years of age, and just doesn't stop running. I think he ran home on Saturday from Palace. Honest to God, he just doesn't give up. He keeps going, and he's probably been one of our best performers all season. And then Lindstrom and Harrison, who've been shocking, like genuinely shocking footballers. I'm surprised they've been like considered competition winners at one point. The last few games they've been excellent. I think Harrison's complimenting Mykolenko, and Mykolenko doing the same. Lindstrom, when he gets his first goal, I think his head's going to explode. He's dying to score for Everton. He's been working hard. I think it's almost like we brought him in on loan from Napoli, but it's like he's had that period in Napoli where he's been poor. And I think that's rubbed off a little bit, where it's like, well, my confidence is like this low, like literally on the floor. But Moyes is, I don't know, instilled a bit of belief into him for the last few weeks, and he's been brilliant. We've been quite lucky in the fact that, we've obviously had these injuries, but these players have actually stepped up. I think, we've also got the likes of Tim Abunan back in the squad, which was good. He came on for the last 15, 20 minutes in the derby and made a massive difference. But I think these players now, this team's got to pick itself for the next couple of weeks while there's players suspended, players injured. I mean, you can borrow Ashley Young if you want, if you need a player in there. But I think this team, this is the team that started on Saturday against Crystal Palace. So I actually think that's the team that he's going to go with, unless he ends up bringing in Abunan for James Garner. I don't know, but that's pretty much how I'd started. I wouldn't change what was a winning side on Saturday.
Yeah, do you think this is like true? Like Kieran and Jules, like just to go back to Manchester United's team, like we're like complaining as well. Aren't we saying there's a lot many options? It's the same for other clubs as well. I don't think it's an excuse, is it? We still got, like Kieran, we can't use this as an excuse because every other team's got a lot of injuries. I know when I was like looking at the preview for this, there was a lot of injuries on both teams for this match. Different game from when we played earlier in the season, and different manager, and results like recently, like you said, have been really good, and good performance against Liverpool. I think actually you beat Leicester like 4-0, didn't you, as well, not long ago? Yeah, so results have definitely turned a corner. How confident are you against Manchester United?
I think this is the point where I am confident. That's a first goal will be crucial for both of us. We've got to be confident against us now. We've got to run a form, but you've been playing poor, and I think this is probably the worst time that we could play us, where we're riding that crest of the wave a little bit, and you're struggling for results. But it's like, this is still Everton for me. You know what I mean? We're still down there. Okay, we're joint 12th with yourselves and Tottenham and Palace, but it's still like it's still cagey for Everton. I think we just got to play the game and not the occasion now. I think we're coming up to like the 6 games left at Goodison Park, and we want every single one of them to be special now. And I think that's what we're trying to make sure that we get. We've been getting it for the last few games. We don't like being favourites. We don't exactly that. And I think that I think we've been dying to give someone a spanking. Absolutely dying to do it. I think I'd love to do it against you. I'd love to have, we a great result last Wednesday in the derby, and the final game against Manchester United, the Goodison Park as well. If we can go out on a high with that one, definitely. I think that's what all Evertonians want, and it'll be loud. We'll be up for it, and hopefully there's no overhead kicks that fucking just completely knocks the wind out of our sails again. But I think we've got an opportunity to continue our momentum here and push on into 12th place, get ourselves on 32 points, and then start looking higher, and then push Tottenham, push Palace down into a relegation battle. Welcome to the Thunder Zone. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think. Not just Evertonians, but I think no other, every team in the league would love nothing more than to see Man United in a relegation battle, just to see how you get on, just to see the sheer panic in you, and just like, what the fuck do we do? What do we get rid of Ammerman and bring in Sean Dyche and Sam Allardyce as assistant coach. You know what I mean? You know, just to see your mind just get blown, and just to see what Ebenezer Scrooge, the owner, wants to do about it as well. You know, is he going to stick or twist with Amorim? But I think Everton there have got this opportunity to push our momentum, to get more points on the board, to get ourselves completely safe, and start looking up the table for once. So for me, I'm going to go 2-0, but I'd love a 3 or 4 in the sunshine of Goodison on Saturday.
Most people in the comments have gone for like 2-1 Everton win. Seems to be like a popular prediction. What do you think, Jules? Are you going to break the trend and be optimistic?
Not at all. No, I'm gonna.
Don't put me as favourite.
No, I'm not gonna go for an Everton win, but I feel like I'm being optimistic because I'm going to agree with Kieran's 1-1. I think Beto's a man in form, so I can see him scoring against us. And I think, to be honest, I just don't see us scoring more than 1 goal. I think Everton's defence is more than capable of handling our attacking line as it is right now. But I'm just worried about the aftermath of this match, because if this is a game that, the result goes against us, we're defeated, we're in the bottom 5, and I'm looking at the other fixtures this weekend, and I'm seeing potentially winnable games for other teams down there, and I really think the pressure. Yeah, the pressure's going to crank up game by game if we don't win this match or don't draw at the very least. So yeah, I am worried about it, but I'm going 1-1.
I'm thinking this could be a draw, just because I don't know if I can see Manchester United winning Everton at the moment. Everton look pretty organised, but I know the record against Everton's really good, but they're probably quite evenly matched at the moment. Although people were saying we're on the downward, but we seem to have decent performances. Against Spurs, we didn't get battered, did we? We just had good chances and couldn't take those chances. I don't know, for some reason against Everton, we just seem to take the chances. I'm just thinking that maybe we could surprise people, and people are very negative in the comments now, thinking we're going to lose. I don't know. I think it's honestly difficult to call. So I'm going to go I'm going to go 2-2 and say we actually get a couple of goals. Bruno Fernandes usually scores against Everton, doesn't he?
It's usually a penalty.
I'll put him to do something.
I remember Martial had a really good record against Everton as well. Even in the game last year at Goodison, he barely played all season, but he was magically fit for that one game and then gets his goal. It's
he doesn't have to play and he'll score against us.
Yeah.
Danny's gone 2-1 United, but George has said this is the vibes of the Palace thumping we got a year ago. Are you sure? We played Casemiro in defence in that game, and they had players that were really good running at defender. I don't know. United side Dyer's gone for Nacho. Nacho to score a hat trick. You need about 50 chances to get a hat trick based on his conversion rate. I don't know. If you need to head off, Dave, thanks for joining tonight. And do you want to shout out your channel? We'll carry on with some Manchester United questions for a bit for people that are Manchester United fans. But do you want to just shout out your channel before you head off?
If you want to give us a follow on Falcon Blues TV. Same for all the other socials as well. Twitter, Facebook, and all stuff. Just there it is, Dave, Falcon Blues TV, and that's everything you need. But yeah, with our content, it's ramping up a little bit now, especially with the new stadium and stuff like that. There's going to be all new bits that we're going to try and get involved in. But yeah, check out the first Z cars at Bramley-Moore Stadium as well. So that I know that means absolutely bugger all to you, but that meant the world to me on Monday night, by the way. So hopefully you'll get a new stadium as well, not paid for by the government and not paid for by the taxpayers. Pay for yourself, please, lads. Come on, you've got a rich owner. If he wants to make everyone unemployed just to pay for it, then
Yeah, George says we won't be seeing Everton again as they sail into the top half and we plummet towards relegation. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get relegated, but a heavy defeat against Everton and wins for other teams might make people question it a bit. But
I just want to hear a boo. So usually when Everton are playing, we're the ones doing the booing. I want to see Man United doing the booing on Saturday when we've beaten you. That I'm sticking my neck out. I'm being confident this Saturday because I think we're playing well. We've ground out seriously good results the last few games, and here we go.
No, you got back your team, Dave. I'll hopefully you're wrong, but we'll see. I think it's good. It's good that you got to be confident. United side Dice said leaky roof versus brand new spanking stadium, and but we've got no answer for that, really, have we? But thanks, Dave, for joining. And
pleasure, mate. As always, nice one for that.